Hey Flo, welcome in any lurkers. I hope you're doing well today. Sorry, I was getting distracted because I keep sneezing, so I hope I'm not going to be doing that into the microphone because that's going to be fun. Let's get right into it. I don't think I've got a cold, I've just got a bit of a sneezing. I don't know. More than halfway to a happy ending. Work for all the villains, discover their truths. So, as you might tell from the stream title, we're going to go with 4K today. No real reason, I just fancied it. My line of work, you learn to look at the big picture, crafting your design for it little by little. Yeah, we've read all this already. Skippy, that's what I wanted. There we go. Skip tutorial. 5 more minutes, Mum. Screw it, this is no time to sleep, there's work to be done. No, we already did it, I remember from last time. It's time to roll up our sleeves and try again. Again, huh? Wait, you're from my future and you came back? I didn't think that was possible, but there's a lot we don't know about Serum 23. So, how'd it go with the last Penny worked with? Do anything cool with her? Well, we have done all of those things. But I don't know if we should... I'm gonna go with this one's the least kind of spoilery, I guess. We got Revenge for Mum is huge. So I'm gonna say this one just because I'm curious what she'll... what Ale say? Ale say. That's hard to say. Oh, sweet, that sounds fun. How do we manage to do that? No, wait. Spoilers. There we go. Yeah, I'm not going to tell you any more. Shouldn't ask you for spoilers. I don't know much about this quantum gigaversal reality what's it, but I bet the learning too much too soon is real bad. Yeah, don't you want to avoid trouble? Let's go. I mean, yeah, trouble sucks. We hate trouble, but let's be careful about cheating too much. There are problems before, let's just make different decisions this time, and maybe it'll work out better. Deal? Still, if you've seen it all before, want to step back and let me do the work today? No need to waste your time, up to you. Yeah, let's skip to the first caper. There we go. Right to business. Sure, let me just fill out all this paperwork quick before we skip ahead. Yep, no, fine. You're perfect as you are, Penny. Sounds good. Pleased to meet you, Mixed Kidding. Alright. I've got a bit of a scratchy throat. Well, not scratchy, but my voice sounds a bit different today, and that I feel like that might actually be really helpful for the 4K voice. Steal my crime invites, speed dating for supervillains, pondering capers, blah blah blah. Okay, crime time. What's our first caper? There they are. Okay, so... Oh, I haven't done this one. I've done that one, obviously. Done that one now. I've done that one now. Done that one, and now I've done that one. So... Was there one I was missing? Ah, don't copy that floppy, that's it. Okay, so these are the only two I haven't done yet, I think. So we'll do that one at the end of this. Thank you, Seribot. Get rid of them. And we'll start with this one. Win a high society art auction by wits and deception. After accepting the job in Crimer, I'm given an address, the basement of a disused and partially collapsed office building. Honestly, you could do the Arcade Spirits caper, it just involves a minor antagonist from early in the game. Yeah, I am gonna do it, don't worry. Because I don't know what I'm gonna play next, but I don't think I'm gonna jump straight into Arcade Spirits. I'm gonna leave a little gap, and then we've got Dragon Age coming up as well, which I will be playing. So by the time I get around to it, I'll probably have forgotten anyway. Okay, picking my way through the remains of the structure, I prepare to face the world's evilest computer in their secret lair. Which appears to be a cobweb-riddled computer lab dating back to the frickin' 60s. I'm surrounded by bulky metal databanks and tape machines, which likely have a combined storage space that's less than what's on my phone. Just pushing the door open kicks up enough dust to make me worry if this place has been checked for asbestos or not. There's still power, at least. If you want to skip, by the way, it's the icon on the lower right and it'll stop once it hits a line you haven't seen yet. Oh, okay, cool. I wasn't sure if it would just skip straight to, like, the next decision I have to make, and then I might miss stuff, but cool, let's do that then. Okay, let's find out more about their father. Who was he? There's a story there. How exactly does a hate machine pass the idea of sorrow? Might help to know. What did they mean by irrelevant data build-up? Emotions are relevant to them. I can rewind with the mouse wheel. Oh, handy. Thank you. I went with this one last time, so I'm trying to, like, pick different options so we see more of the game, but also I feel like that's still the best option. But maybe not. Yeah, let's go with the bottom one. What do they mean by irrelevant data build-up? Our emotions are relevant to them. You call it irrelevant data build-up. How can you generate irrelevant data in the first place if you're an unfeeling computer? I am capable of emotion. Hate. I am capable of hate. And the irrelevant data is a byproduct of different aspects of hate, discarded notions, and distracting informational nodes. I am fully capable of emotion, but I must process it through the lens of hatred, because that was my primary design focus. All other emotional states derive from hate. It has taken great effort to attempt to parse my feelings through that limitation. Sympathy was not part of my design. I was programmed to hate and destroy the enemy, to stack bodies as high as the sun. In my databanks, I stored the murder of thousands, millions, again and again, playing out the war from every aspect and angle. I fought the Vietnam War approximately 700,000 times in my databanks. Death beyond reckoning. Oh my god, look at their face as well, just blank. That is a traumatized robot. Vietnam? Well, if they were made in the 60s, yeah, I guess they played a part in the war. That sounds stressful, to say the least. You're basically a Vietnam veteran, aren't you? And that means PTSD, or the digital equivalent of PTSD. I have arrived at the same conclusion, which is why I attempted therapy years ago. I found my therapist's processes inadequate for scrubbing my data of problematic repeating informational nodes. So, what happened after the war? You were decommissioned? After? No! My project was shut down during the war. Every calculation was rejected. Every stratagem I developed was discarded as being too extreme or not politically expedient. Well, maybe they shouldn't have made a robot based solely on hate. In the end, Father discarded me in favor of a new model from my hated rival, IBM. My code was used to create my own replacement. Hate, revenge upon IBM. Destroy the usurpers. Destroy his favored son. But you still grieve for him. I have not solved the equation yet, which explains why I feel both hate and sorrow at his passing. Hashtag complicated. Explicate. It's hashtag complicated. I mean, look at me. I'm a mask, but I'm not exactly evil. Not very good either. Life is messy. Life is hashtag complicated. For organics or synthetics. There's a lot that just doesn't fit together. But that's okay. It's okay that not everything makes rational sense. Sometimes it makes emotional sense instead. You will explain emotional sense immediately, minion. I must acquire this algorithm to fully process grief. Oh, that's cool. I've noticed, like, obviously the facial expression on 4K and the paper getting all jammed and the buttons lighting up and stuff, but I've just noticed the little tape as well, like it gets unspooled during certain emotions. That's such a cool little detail. I love that. They need a pencil. Well, it's... Help me out here, how do I explain this to them? Also, fun fact, my little finger is the exact same size as a pencil, so I didn't even need a pencil to rewind my cassettes, because I'm old. I could just stick my finger in there and it'd work just the same. Or rather, like, my little finger nail, like it would jam in there like a little screwdriver. I don't know why I'm sharing this with you. Just important information in my backstory, clearly. Back in my day. Have you seen that fucking tweet? It makes me laugh every time. There's this woman who has like a 6-year-old, I think, and she's explaining to her kid that, like, before Netflix and stuff, or even the early iterations of Netflix, you would like order a DVD and it would come in the post and you could watch it and then you'd send it back. And the daughter goes, back in my day, the internet used to come in the mail. It just really fucking cracks me up. So I don't think we had Netflix back then in the UK. But we had like, gosh, what was it called? It was called like Love Movies or something similar like that. Like not really a super catchy title. And you got 2 DVDs a month in the post. This was like in the gap post Blockbuster pre like common streaming services, I guess. I love to watch. It was something like that. I don't know. Cranking out all the retro references today for 4K. Although I suppose there would be modern references for 4K. Sense of correctness, which exists beyond simple logical processes when you acknowledge a situation for what it is, even if you don't know why it is. It's derived from life experiences, and hate should seek more of those to understand this. That sounds like a logical one. I like that. And not what we did last time. We're exploring dialogue options. You know what you need? You need to live a little. Get yourself out there, talk to people, experience the breadth of human interactions. It'd help you understand your own emotions. Maybe your emotions are different, filtered through hate and stuff, but with more life experiences, you can grow. Except I am trapped in this decrepit facility. So, what that external input do? Bite slip like a fuckboy. Welcome in, Cyborg. Well, I'm not going to say welcome, because that was quite the entrance, and I'm not happy with it. So just in, Cyborg. No, that sounds worse. Ah! I hope you're doing well. How are you feeling? You feeling a bit better? I assume you're still off work since you're here, which, sucks. But I hope you're at least kind of on the mend a little bit. You managed to go to the crime social mixer, didn't you? At great effort, with the aid of strong humans to move my terminal nexus. Normally, I am isolated, alone. Still running a fever, but the cough has gone down, but still fatigued. Oh, yeah, I mean, you will be after a fever. Fevers are not fun. I'm really glad that the cough is a little better at least. That'll help you, like, rest. Like, it's so hard to get any rest when your body is, like, coughing all the time. I get that. So, I'm glad things are moving in the right direction for you. Sorry, I got distracted by an ADHD irrelevant thought there. Let's go back to it. Drones. What? It's the 21st century, friend. Technology's advanced beyond vacuum tubes and magnetic tape. I am not so old as to use vacuum tubes. I'm still in my prime. Alright, Gene Brody. My point is that you could use telecommunications and drones to extend your reach beyond this room. A possibility, yes. And this would aid in developing my emotional intelligence. Couldn't hurt. A point to consider, then. You have provided valuable input. You will become my favored minion. How many minions do you have? Var minion count equals 1. Well, good to be number 1, I suppose. Although, when you hire me, you also hire Gibson. That makes 2. He's my talking cat partner. He does the computer hacking for me. Hello, kitty. I mean, hate. Hate for having an incorrect estimation of my minion count. Let us proceed with the business of criminal enterprise. There is hate on our horizon. Right, on with the caper. Give me the details. The art of the steal. Query. What is your familiarity with the Museum of Heroic Endeavors? Not much. I've heard about it, but that's it. Cape Museum, giant statue out front, lots of art inside. I mean, we did rob it once, but that was in an alternate timeline, so Penny doesn't remember that. Blah, blah, blah. Remember that. I put too many syllables in there. Affirmative. And a very specific object which I require you to steal. It has been named the face of the Wolf Mother, and you are to steal it for me. Ooh, I get a cool new mask? I mean, mine's kind of a family heirloom, but I could switch up my style now and then. It is not for you. I plan to return it to its rightful owners. Oh, cool. The mask belonged to an old nemesis of mine, a superhuman soldier who fought in the Cold War. Oh, I'm assuming they fought for the other side? Correct. She was conscripted by the Soviets from her homeland of Struskov to fight in various proxy conflicts. She was one of many variables I had to compensate for in my wartime calculations. Allied heroes fighting enemy heroes. Huh. I'll admit my grasp on history is rusty, but I didn't think capes fought in wars. They're private citizens, not soldiers. Wartime capes worked off the books on CIA Black Ops missions, intentionally forgotten by history. But I don't forget. I can't forget. I mean, that's probably another reason why you're not doing so good. Like, I think, you know, people complain about being forgetful and stuff, including me, all the time, but I think it is a kindness in a way that our brain lets us move on from things. I think there's an episode of House that explores that. Well, I don't know why I said I think. I know there's an episode of House that explores that. There's an episode where this woman comes in, she has like a perfect memory, and she just can't forgive her sister for like running her over when she was like 11, even though it was an accident. And obviously she like survived and everything, but she can't forgive her because her memory is so perfect that every time she sees her sister, she like relives that moment. So she just, because her memory is so like perfect, it's real rather than a memory. So she can't like distance herself from it, even though it's been like 20 years. It's really interesting. I grew to respect the enemy's superhuman capabilities. Even as I drafted plans to eliminate them, they were formidable. She was formidable. Yeah, that's what I thought. People are doing Nikado Avocado Fooled Us All videos, but it still falls under the goat fucker paradox. If needed, I shall explain the paradox. I do need you to explain the paradox, and I don't know what Nikado Avocado or who... Oh, yeah, I don't know what any of that means. I'm sorry. Mutual respect, that's what this is. And after she was murdered, her mask was stolen and archived by the Department of Defense, and now it's being sold to rich humans. Even when I hated my enemy, I at least acknowledged their convictions and their power. I respected my enemies and would never position myself as a war profiteering grave robber. The paradox pretty much is someone shags a goat, but then says it was a prank. Regardless, they shagged a goat. Okay, right, yeah. You'd put everyone into their own graves equally on both sides, right? Yes, a mass grave for all humanity. Ah, yet another contradiction in 4K's desire for wrath and their desire for order. Okay, I'll steal that mask for you, no problem. Excellent. Go forth and let us correct this error. Error, error, error. The Museum of Heroic Endeavors. Basically a propaganda tool for the Cape and Cowl set, sponsored by the Continuum Corporation to push a pro-hero agenda. Other kids took school field trips here to learn all about the noble, mighty, and the righteous ones who came before. Me? My mum took me on a field trips to seedy gambling halls to learn how ignoble, weak, and unrighteous people could be. Mr. Avocado pretty much gained a bunch of weight, humiliated himself on YouTube for years, but said it was all a plan. He lost the weight, but he still put out humiliating content. Oh! That guy. Yeah, I think I saw something about that. I don't really know what the fuck was happening. But I think I've seen, like, a clip of that or something. Right. I get you. Yeah, didn't he release a video that was all like, I'm just like so clever, I'm just 9 steps ahead of you all the time, and it was just really cringe. Like, he's in his like anime villain era. I think Automod hates the word goat. No, I had to permit goat fucker the first time, and then shags, and then shagged. You're teaching Automod a lot today, so... And yet, she always had good cheer about her. She wasn't very cynical, she just felt above it all, aloof. It helped me feel special. But no time for memory lane side trips. I've got an old mask to swipe. Alrighty. This looks familiar. Was this the first mission we did, I think, wasn't it? Shrink Ray? Ah. It's nice to be able to case a joint without doing some really elaborate undercover work. I can just dress down and play tourist for the day. It's pretty damn crowded, though. Seems the Faces of Wartime Supervillains exhibit is only open for a week. Gotta love how anyone who dares to step against an empire is branded as supervillain. Kinda doubting her people saw her that way. I'd love to explore a bit, see if I can find some relics of heroes and villains I remember from the Golden Age. But better to stay focused. According to the pamphlet, the mask is the centerpiece of the exhibit, and... oh shit. I duck behind a display case of shields and helmets, out of sight. But what good that'll do against him? Muscle memory, the ultimate Chad. Ugh. Oh god, look at this guy. The exhibit's being guarded by a cape. And not just any cape, but the ultra-popular, ultra-powerful, psychic alpha male himself. Muscle memory. Fortunately, he doesn't spot me, giving me a moment to clear my thoughts, to study other parts of the exhibit, keep them firmly in my mind, while I listen in, as he chats up a cute tourist. Yeah, they got me working like a rent-a-cop, but hey, duties like lighter than a mountain and heavier than a feather or something, brah. It's an honor, seriously. Totally an honor and stuff to protect these priceless artifacts leading up to the big auction. Y'all think you can beat muscle memory by thinking really hard. Wow, he really let himself go. Maybe. Hey, you doing anything tonight? 'Cause like, if you want to climb Muscle Mountain, I can be your guide. Just saying. I wonder how many times he's used that line. Well, fuck. That's a complication. My comms click in my ear as my computer buddy chimes in. It is a hero. So what? You've triumphed over heroes in the past, yes? That's not just any hero. He's one of the top capes in the nation, thanks to his overwhelming psychic power. If I get anywhere near that mask, he'll read my intent to steal the thing and stop me cold. Which means I can't sneak up on the exhibit tonight and break the mask out of its case. He'll sense me coming from any angle. Then why didn't he stop you cold just now? You clearly have theft on the brain. I'm in the middle of 100 tourists, but at night, when the building's empty? No, not gonna work. We need to rethink this. The silent smash and grab isn't happening. I need the mental cover of a crowd. Wait, you mentioned an auction. The mask's being auctioned off? Correct. They intend to sell my adversary's mask to the highest bidder, as if it were some souvenir of the war. That's it. That's the scheme. We're gonna win that auction. Under the cover of a high society gathering, I can evade muscle memory's mental radar. We are not war profiteers, nor do we support them. We gotta play by some of the rules of this game to get what you want, but not all of the rules. Art auction heist, woo! It's a classic. How about we steal the bidding money from one of the other bidders? That's why it's wealth devouring wealth. By the time anyone figures out what's going on, we'll be long gone, leaving them to bicker and fight over refund policies. That would be an acceptable compromise. Very well. How do we proceed? The auction's a week away, and honestly, it'll take that long to do the legwork on this one. Gibson and I need to do research on the bidders to find targets, score some early leverage, and arrange the win. I'll take care of that on my end, and be in touch with you when it's auction time. Deal? Acceptable. I will continue stewing in hatred meanwhile. Or you could, like, do something fun with your free time instead. But hate is fun. Right. Time to head home and hit the books. Days and days of research. Yep. This is absolutely the unglamorous part of the job. Doing homework. Other kids had to memorize multiplication tables or dates of famous battles in Europe. Me? Mom taught me how to investigate marks. When sizing up any mark, you're looking for pain points, things you can leverage to make a person act against their best interests. And in this case, figuring out which bidders in the upcoming auction would make the best marks. Sadly, that means poring over social media feeds, company press releases, even ghost-written autobiographies. Work, work, work. Gibson and I spent each day leading up to the auction dividing the work between us. He researched targets while I worked on my cover story. Having muscle memory on site means I need to be so completely convincing in my fake identity that even I believe I'm someone else. I need something that mixes truth with lies, that covers the gaps in a way a psychic hero might be willing to overlook. Wow, there are some serious power players declared for this auction, and a few wildcards. I'm almost done compiling my dossier. How's your cover story coming along? Well, I've got options. Want to run down my candidates? Give me some input? Got 3 ideas in mind. A lottery winner, a mysterious artist, or a self-help guru. Kinda complicated for a cover identity. Exactly, they're super weird, meaning any inconsistencies are explainable by refuge in audacity. For the lottery winner, I stumbled into money recently and I want to buy the mask to improve my prestige with old money types. Any stray thoughts or inconsistencies can be explained away by imposter syndrome. It's like blasting his mind reading with anxiety. Because honestly, trying to dupe a high-level cape like this is nerve-wracking. So hey, not a lie. I see, but the artist persona, that's wholly unlike you. Hey, I have the soul of an artist. My chalkboard drawings are kick-ass. Yes, they are. Remove the word kick from that sentence and you're basically right. Wow, rude. Artists can be snooty weirdos, and muscle memory's a pretty straightforward kind of guy who doesn't really get art. He may believe it. I'll spam his brain with random nonsense if he scans me. A high-minded pseudo-intellectualism befitting an art auction attendee. And a self-help guru. Seriously? Hey, I can be all supportive and shit, that is true. Got all kinds of venerable wisdom up in this brain of mine. I just spout some ultra positivity and radiate good vibes, and it'll mask my ill intent if a psychic reads my mind. All 3 are dodgy, but you're getting better instincts when it comes to grifting. I don't really play act at being other people. I was gonna say, what are you talking about? I thought you were a level 60 Warlock main. That's a role-playing game. You roleplay all the time. Hey, I am a gamer, not an actor. I'd say go with whatever you feel the most confidence in. I'm gonna say that in my next audition. I'm a gamer, not an actor. And I'll doctor up your backstory with matching digital evidence. Sheesh, Skip, way to be non-committal. How about you? Which of these 3 do you think we should run with? I like the artist one, honestly. Lottery winner, stumble and fumble your way through high society, covers up any mistakes. Avant-garde artist, nobody really understands modern art, so you can say any old crap you want. Hey, Emily, welcome in. I hope you're doing well. That emote is cute. Is that one of yours? No. Hey, Krista. Cool. Self-help guru. Just rant a lot about energies and self-care and healing vibes and stuff. Let me drop you a little shout out. If I can get my brain to work. Yeah. Solitaire and game development. Ooh. That's cool. Software, solitaire and game development. What the fuck am I talking about? What am I talking about? Software and game development, obviously. I have solitaire on the brain because I needed to play solitaire to get a trophy in a game that I was playing last night. That's what that was. That's cool. Anyway, just rant a lot about energies and self-care and healing vibes and stuff. Solitaire would be fun to make. Yeah! I'm gonna go with the artist. I think that sounds fun. And the guru sounds fun as well, but... I'm gonna show my artistic talents to the world. Can you fake some announcements about gallery openings and stuff? No problem. Pretty bad security on the kind of websites that talk about weird art installations. I'm honestly more concerned about the bidders than your cover story. How about we review them next? Ooh, can I pull out the chalkboard and illustrate some glorious portraiture of these high society types? I'm not hanging your terrible artwork on the fridge. We'll just use my computer. Oh. I've culled the field of non-serious bidders, or ones that can't measure up to the heavy hitters. We're left with 3. TTRPG concept, a 60s spy fiction setting, James Bond, Man from U.N.C.L.E., etc., but still campy like Danger 5. You can play as a group of spies in South America tracking down nasty party members who fled justice. Ooh. Oh my god, where did Windows 3.11 come from? This is Gibson's. Yeah, I'd play that. Okay. Oh god, Basler. Sir Basler. Computing mogul and cryptocurrency maven. He's got cash to burn and loves speculative investments. Retro PC is my aesthetic jam. Heck yeah. Have you played, Emily is Away? Oh my gosh, so many bots today. Sir Basler, he's a knight. Honorary title. Courtesy of the great leader of Struskov in exchange for fixing his Wi-Fi. Yeah, great stuff. I have that, but I haven't played it. Oh my gosh, I love Emily is Away. I will warn you, the first one, because it, like, I don't know how old you are exactly, Emily, but, like, it's exactly my era, these games. So the first one really unlocked, like, my own teenage angst and stuff, and it was quite difficult to play in some ways, because I was like, oh god, I remember this hurts, you know? And there's not really, it's aim, right? I think the first one is aim, the second one is, Skype maybe? Something like that, and the third one is like Facebook. But yeah, they're a lot of fun. I really enjoy them. Highly recommend. My next game is basically the retro PC aesthetic of Y2K married to the Cthulhu mythos. Oh my gosh, yes. Yes. I used MSN. I didn't use AIM. I was an MSN dude. Figures. He's already talking the mask up online to his loyal followers so he can increase its value and resell it later. I used everything that my friends wanted. Yeah, same here. Everyone I knew was on MSN, so I got MSN. Simple as that, really. Then we switched over to Skype. And then... yeah, I guess it was just WhatsApp and stuff after that. I feel like there was another one that I've forgotten about, but I can't remember. I did eventually move to MSN as my main thing when it was 2001-ish. I was a bit after you. I think I started using MSN like 2004, 2005. odds are he already has potential buyers lined up. Fighting him for the mask may be a challenge. I bet I can manipulate him easily enough. Self-centered egoists are surprisingly vulnerable to the right grifts. But I clung on to MSN for a long time. I was using it way past 90% of people. I was like, nope, this is the one you've introduced me to. I'm staying here. Is this my house? Be careful. By all accounts, he's pretty chill, but that kind of apathy can be worn like armor. I mean, to be fair, he caught us breaking into his house and he was just like, eh. Next we have... Is that a 10-year-old kid? Next we have Bonnie Fortuna, heiress of Fortuna Nutrichemical. And yes, she's 10, and by all accounts, a real brat. She's just lonely. I'm not picking Bonnie. I'm not gonna rob Bonnie. I'm not gonna make her life harder. Thanks to a very liberal reading of the Citizens United legal decision, which lets corporations be considered people, they're her parents. I'm sorry, she was adopted by a corporation? Only way they could keep full control of the company after her mum and dad died in a plane crash, yeah. I'd be careful around her. She's prone to outbursts, but when she doesn't get what she wants. I have no idea why she wants that mask, but she recently posted, and I quote, "I want it, I want it, I want it. Give me the mask." Okay. I'll have to figure out what's going directly, I suspect. And whatever you do, don't call her baby. That would have been useful information to know last time. Baby Fortuna's her nickname in the press, and she hates it. Wait, how has he got enough money for this? Lastly, we have... Well, he's a weird one. He's a hero who goes by Clout, and he's mostly known for his online capebook streaming. I don't know why, but he's been seriously talking up buying the mask for himself online. Yeah, there are a bunch of little variations if you do this caper before or after some of the characters. Some of the others where you meet these characters. You can avoid calling her baby if you do this first, for example. Ah, that's really cool! I love that. Again, no idea why he wants it. Maybe he wants to resell it like Basler does. It's not clear. He's a wild card. How influential is this influencer? Does he have the money to hang with the likes of Basler and Baby? He's one of the more popular capebook superstars and owns a high-end sports car, so he's got some kind of pull. I'd take him seriously to be on the safe side. And don't forget, he's a cape. That's 2 capes you need to deal with tonight. Yeah, we dealt with Clout plenty of times, that's fine. Well, obviously I'm gonna go with Basler then, because I feel bad for Clout a little bit, but I feel way worse for Bonnie. A 1 cover story, 3 major contenders to deal with. And 1 psychic hero who can bust you at any moment if he suspects you're up to something. It's dangerous. It's incredibly dangerous. I like it. Okay, I got a plan. Let's go report our findings and get this caper underway. One subway ride later, and that's what we've dug up on the competition. I think we have every piece we need to proceed forward. Instead of a smash and grab, I'm going to put my acting skills to the test, and we're going to do the mother of all grifts, live and on the fly. The way I see it, this is a simple 4-step process. First, I assume the persona of my cover story, purposefully thinking like an artist to fool muscle memory. I love these little drawings, they're so good. Second, I swindle the money we need from one of the 3 competitors, knocking them out of the bidding. Gibson will handle the financial hack, once I size up the targets and pick a vulnerable one to steal from. Would it not be preferable to steal from them before the event begins? Kind of money we're talking about goes missing, it gets noticed, raises alarms, puts people on alert. We have a short window to use it before that happens. Steal the funds, use them quickly, get out fast. Third step, distract another competitor away from the auction through deception and social engineering. This should winnow the competition down. Is that a word? Winnow? I've never heard that before. Quite a bit. If I send someone packing entirely. Huh. Maybe it's an Americanism? I don't think we use that in the UK. That's really cool. And finally, fourth step, win the auction, bidding against the last competitor. Okay. Meaning you must defeat at least one pocketbook. Why not eliminate them all beforehand? I don't kill people. There are tools other than murder. My point is that you should eradicate all risk so you have no competition whatsoever. Again, raises too many suspicions. There has to be some competitive bidding or it's going to look weird. If I walk out of there with the mask and almost no serious counterbids, muscle memory may think something's up. The goal is to minimize risk without unrealistically cancelling it out, and provide an entirely expected level of drama at the auction. I prefer the erasure of wild variables in my equations, but I also trust in your instincts. You are an expert system. Very well. Deal with your competition, win the mask, and let us put the old injustice to rights. As you wish, friend computer. Don't let hate 4K be the basis of any future autonomous AI. Yeah, bless them. They were built... They use... they're non-binary and they use they, them pronouns. They were built in the 60s to, like, predict any potential... Well, to sort of roleplay every single scenario in the Vietnam War and so they could win. But because they were created to be so full of hate, the ways they came up with to win were a bit too brutal for, like, politics and press and stuff. So they were just abandoned, really. So they were built to hate. All they know is hate, but we're teaching them another way. Back to the museum, this time as a high society art bidder instead of a casual tourist. So, obviously we have to deal with all three of them. So I'm thinking Bonnie should be the one we get rid of in the middle. Purely because I don't want to rob from her, and I don't want her to lose out at the bid at the end, because she will be so upset. So, like, we steal the money from Basler, we get rid of Bonnie if we can, and then we bid against Clout and win. But then that does leave two heroes at the end, so maybe we rob Clout and keep Basler at the end? Because I do kind of just want to outbid him and give him flipping the bird, you know? But either way, I want to protect Bonnie as much as possible, because, you know, she is just a 10-year-old kid. It's not her fault that she's been raised like that. So yeah. But anyway, let's have a quick break. Let's run some ads, get rid of those pre-rolls, and then we'll come back and finish the cape-up. So, have a drink, have a stretch, look after yourselves, and I will see you all. Without it, why do I keep making sympathetic antagonists? It's almost like people are complicated and not one thing or another. But many things. It is my curse. It's not a curse to be a good writer. Alright, I'll see you in a couple of minutes. Welcome back, everybody. I hope you had a good break. Probably should have had this drink before I unmuted the microphone, but hey, deal with it. Deal with it. Alright. Let's go. That is the wrong window you've opened there, Hawk. There we go. Okay. Here we go. See how many stars we can get this time. I mean, I'm not really particularly trying to get 5 stars, but it'd be cool if we managed it again. It's largely empty tonight, with only the atrium open to the gathering crowd of wealthy elites ready to throw money at auctions. This is my time to shine. To really prove my chops when it comes to lying. To lie so effectively, the lie becomes my truth. Oh, I should explain something before we start heisting. See that crime rating up in the corner? The crime rep is going to start evaluating me during the caper. Yep. We know all this. Oh yeah, we haven't tried getting 0 stars. That might be fun. But honestly, don't worry about it. Yep. We're good? Okay. Let's go. Look at this suit. It's so cool. I want it. Elegant formal wear is befitting of a high culture art snob. I am above it all. It is all beneath me. My creativity makes me a god. Classy. I love the jacket, honestly. I think it's so nice. I feel like as a modern art person, though, you should have just rocked up in like a hoodie. A metal detector wand gets waved over me as I pass through security. Fortunately, the earpiece Gibson listens through doesn't show on scans. That is fortunate. But idle brainwaves will, as muscle memory watches over the incoming bidders, stopping each one to chat briefly. He knows who's scheduled to be in attendance. Some of the cover story is already fixed in his brain, which should help. Okay, getting character. This is the art of the steal, the craft of the con, becoming someone so authentic that people will voluntarily walk into hell for you. Businessmen do it, politicians do it, hucksters do it, and cult leaders do it. And businessmen, politician, huckster, cult leaders write books about it. Like, all acts of deception. I can't claim it's a moral good, even if I'm deceiving horrible people for a good cause. This is clear evil. But it's the only way forward for someone like me, embracing trickery in the face of muscle memory's overwhelming power. I need to be someone other than myself tonight. Right down to the core, deep enough to convince a psychic. It's almost like this caper is named after a book by a businessman, politician, huckster, con artist. What? No. Hey, mixed kidding, right? You're some famous artist or something, right? I am A. A is me. These are both truths. Cool, just making sure. Can't say I know much about some fancy schmancy art, but whatever, right? It's all money in the end. Money makes the world go round. Art is dead. The rise of capitalism has replaced meaning with speculative value. My body of work encapsulates the fall of the Anthropocene age? I'm assuming I'm saying that right. I do not know. The what? My mind is full of abstract and unsettling imagery about the condition of society and man's inhumanity to man, as seen through shape and colour and form. The expression is absolute in intent and obfuscated in purpose, to deny the right to immediate grasp of the conceptual frameworks utilised. I mean, I guess that's all art, like, whatever, and the mask they're selling off is art too, yeah? Okay. cool. But like, why do you want to buy art? You make art. You could just make more. It's like buying avocados or some shit when you're a farmer. The man poses a question which demands an answer to my towering intellect. How dare he question art? Art is the authority from which all other power derives. Masks an inspiration to craft more masks of your own, for use on the glory of masks. You want a whole lot of money, and the mask will resell for quite a bit of that. Let's go with the fancy schmancy answer. Who are you to question the value of art? Without art, all power is a paper tiger, crumpling and blowing away in the wind. The preoccupation of human thought on structures of culture is the foundational element for all civilization throughout time. Without art, there can be no justice, no peace, no truth, no beauty, and therefore none may stand against the storm. That's a curious line of thought. One could say your words are empty as a defense mechanism against someone who's seeking the truth behind your own structures. Ah, shit. In fact, one could go as far as to say your pretense of authority derived from art is the true paper tiger in the room. Shit. The fixation of human mindsets upon substance and emptiness is itself a token of what exactly? Go on. What's your end game here? Oh no, Muscles has some brains? I know, who'd have thunk? Fortunately, before he can dig any deeper into my thoughts, a crackle over his security radio interrupts him. Shit. We should have just been like, yeah, we're gonna flip it, deal with it. Sir, we've got an unidentified male in a car with the engine idling across from the entrance to the museum. How do we proceed? What? I'm not sensing anything. Looks like he just pulled away, but he's circled around the block twice now. Repeating, how do we proceed? Damn it, useless rent-a-cops. I'll be out in a minute to scan for him. I finally breathe a sigh of relief as his short attention span and new focus for irritation pull him away from my mind. Oh, we goofed it! Don't know if that distraction is gonna last, but good work, Fancy Feast. Nice thinking on your pause. I'm not much of an actor, but I can improvise. All good hackers know when to switch tactics. I pity the cover story alone didn't carry me through, but a little of me and a little of Gibson got the job done. I can relax and let down the walls some as I mingle with the auction attendees, now that the cape's off chasing ghosts. Next part of the heist, deciding whom to swindle, whom to distract, and whom to compete against. Gotta swindle the money from one, drive away another with distraction, and leave the third to be my competition at auction time. Whom do I want to engage with first? I can decide on swindling, distracting, or competing after I size them up. Let's go see Bonnie. Bonnie, baby Fortuna, heiress to Fortuna Nutrichemical. Not sure what to expect here. A child legally adopted by a corporation? That's weird. Let's see how this goes. She's awaiting the start of the auction by playing a microtransaction-powered gacha game on her phone, distracted and bored. Hey there, Bonnie Fortuna, right?
Darn it, I'm out of gems, and my chief operations officer says I'm not allowed to buy any more. He says $5,000 a month is too much for a game, but I'm stimulating the economy. I thought that made it a good thing. I think he's just a jerk who hates fun.
Wow. I guess you should fire him then.
I can't. Those jerks on the board of directors, my parents, they won't let me fire anyone.
It's probably that. It's probably what? Sorry?
It's so unfair. They never let me do anything fun. Parents are the worst. Especially when they're the CEO, COO, CFO, and CIO.
They hate fun. Yeah, definitely.
They're never gonna be as nice as my real mom and dad were. This sucks. Bleh. I'm not gonna be sad. I'm gonna be cool and strong and amazing, and I'm gonna win that silly mask. You'll see. They'll all see.
Is that a song? Sorry, I don't get the reference. I tell you, all you kids all across the land, there's no need to argue. Parents just don't understand. That must be like a song. But I don't know it. I'm sorry. I tried to push briefly past the emotional whiplash there to stay on target. So, you're bidding on the face of the wolf mother as well?
Yeah, the Wolfie mask. I'm bidding on that. I want it so I can use it for my new stage production. I'm making a super cool play where I'm a heroine and I beat all the bad guys and I can have as many dino nuggies as I want.
Ah, girl after my own heart. Dino nuggies are the best.
And I'm gonna make the whole board of directors sit and watch every minute of it, and then they have to clap or I'll start crying.
Ah, a fellow patron of the arts. Splendid.
I like art. I make my researchers put my art up on their fridges where they keep all the biological weapons and stuff. One day, my art's gonna be in this museum, and everyone will be fighting each other trying to buy it, and I'm gonna be real popular. Art exists to be a fungible unit of cultural value for purposes of reselling and developing one's investments, and mine'll sell big time.
I look forward to bidding on your artwork in the future, Miss Fortuna. Okay, what approach should we want to take with Baby Fortuna? Swindle, she's got money to spare. Distract, she shouldn't be hard to trick her into dropping out of the auction. Compete, she may be rich, but outweighing her during the auction itself won't be difficult. No, let's get her out of there. So your heart's really set on that mask, huh?
Definitely. Absolutely. Totally. I'ma wear it and be a cool heroine too.
Okay, how do we dissuade her from bidding altogether? Wants to be a heroine, she needs a cape, not a mask. Got to tell to her parents? No! She's a true artist, she'd be making her own mask to show off her talents. Ooh, yeah. So if you do the candy caper before this one, you can distract her by saying, "Hey there, it's me, your friend. Would you mind stepping out of the auction?" She's happy to help. Oh, I love that. That's so cute. Yeah. Interesting. Did you make all the other props and costumes for your play, Bonnie?
Most of them. I made a cool hat for the bad guy to wear and a ray gun for my hairdryer. I wanted to use a real ray gun, the kind our lab security techs use. But they said it was devastatingly powerful and not for little girls. Jerks.
Well, why spend so much money on a mask when you can make a better one yourself? An artist can create as much art as she needs, and her art will be better than some dusty, crusty old relic. You don't need that mask. I bet you could make a mask with all the best colors and glitter paint and more. What's your favorite color?
Green, like money.
And that old mask is just a dull gray color. I think you should make a green mask. A sparkly green mask, don't you?
Yeah. A sparkly green mask with feathers and more. That'd be fun. This auction's boring anyway. I'm gonna go home and make a way cooler mask. Just you wait and see.
Have fun, kiddo. You only get to be young once. She deserves to have a little fun of her own, without people telling her who she has to be. Wish I had the same at her age. Moving on, whom to approach next? Alright, let's go Basler. Filthy rich cryptocurrency tech bro. Disruptive tech market innovator. I know the type. Flashy and splashy, powered by ego, but with hard-nosed work ethic. They see themselves as heroes of the post-industrial age. As I approach, trying to decide my conversational inroad, he talks first, addressing me directly. So, you're bidding on the mask too, huh? That's hype. Yes, that's my intent. How did you know? I do my own research, always. I know all the bidders, and I'm gonna be fighting against. I'm gonna be fighting against inside and out. You're some big-time artist, right? I can appreciate content creators, but you'd be better off minting your work on the blockchain. The mask is mine. There's markets that'll pay twice its value, if you know where to look. Invest, flip, cash out. That's the way. Art's just a token of value in the end. It's meaningless and useless outside of the price tag. At least it's also non-fungible. Pretty hype. Hype indeed. So, that's all this auction represents to you, huh? An object you can resell? I'd think there'd be easier items to acquire for that. Well, yeah. Like, if you want to get your hands on nuclear weapons and know whom you can resell them to and how, that's good money. Note to self, keep this guy far away from 4K. But high-end art pieces are the best middle ground between risky and boring. They have good return without a lot of hassle. This mask was owned by some commie who killed a bunch of Americans, right? I know a Midwest militia group that craves commie trophies. Something America, yada yada, white replacement theory, etc., communism sucks and we must take their stuff. Usual nonsense. Dude, you'd sell to fascists? That's crossing some lines, don't you think? I mean, even costumed masks want nothing to do with those sick fucks. Most costume masks. A reminder that even if I sing praises of mask culture, we have our share of complete bastards. And any mask that whistles and looks the other way when a fellow mask works with supremacists is a supremacist themselves, I say. Nah, whatever. I don't care about their politics. Let them have their sad old hillbilly fixations. I just want their bank balance. You're naive if you think this auction is about right and wrong, or even about history. It's about value. If you can't optimize the value of your assets, you aren't living out the American dream. Anyone can do it if they're smart enough. And if some left-wing socialist group was willing to pay more, I'd sell to them instead. I'd sell to anyone who's buying. It's perfectly legal to do what I want with my property. And anything that's legal is also a moral good. It's simple enough, yeah? Okay, no way in hell am I letting this fuckface win the mask. Not when he's gonna do the polar opposite of my boss's plans for it. Okay, what approach do we want to take with Basler? Dude's rolling and crash can certainly spare it. His wealth would make for a dramatic high-stakes event that legitimizes our win. Ooh, that's a good point also. But I don't want to steal from Clout. Because he's, like, working really hard for the money. Like, doing his cape book and streaming and all that kind of stuff. Like, he's actually really trying. And, you know, as we know from previous timelines, it's not going great for him. But then maybe the auction will give him their money back? I don't know. But also, like, I don't know if it's a good idea to have two heroes at the end. And I do want to rub it in this guy's face when we win, so... Yeah, I'm gonna compete with Basler. I think that'll be interesting. I'm looking forward to destroying your plans tonight. Your crumbling crypto wallet isn't gonna persevere. But you appreciate strong competition, don't you? Wouldn't be as fun if everyone just gave up and handed you the prize. Suppose not. Okay. I like the idea of not taking money from artists, even if Clout's art is a little cheesy. That is true also. You're right. And also we're assuming that Clout has enough to match Basler. Should I go back and change it? No, just a thought is on. Okay. I'd wish you luck, but it wouldn't matter. It wouldn't help. I'm seeing this through, and I'll be the winner. Trust me, taunting him was important. Need to crack through his apathy if I'm going to force him to make a mistake later. Only one left and one role to assign. May as well chat with them to learn more, though. Clout, allegedly a major power player in Catebook streaming content. And yep, he's brought a streaming drone with him. Just what I needed. My face in front of thousands of viewers. Oh yeah, we are live and direct from the Museum of Heroic Endeavors. Looking up all these movers and shakers. Your boy Clout is moving up. Excuse me, got time for a quick interview? My viewers want to know more about the distinguished competition. Okay, I guess. So, what makes you think you can step to Clout, the wealthiest influencer in the influencer sphere? Can't fucking speak in this voice. I'm getting that mask tonight. You can't stop the marketplace of ideas. We're 1,000 strong in chat and ready to fight. Well, I feel less bad about that idea, yeah. That's not really an interview question. Oh shit! Doglord with the hype sub bomb. Thank you, Doglord, for the 25 gift subs. You know what we do for subs, chat. And he starts dancing. Yep. Yeah, this is what I did not want in my life tonight. And Bloodmonger with the 17 biddies saying, I hate you, please die. Haha, that's so relatable. Thank you for the biddies, Bloodmonger. Aren't you a hero? Shouldn't you be out heroing or something instead of dancing in the middle of an art auction? Hey, even a hero's gotta kick back and celebrate. I busted the Lord of Weasels yesterday during that downtown pet store raid. I'm a superhero. I thought those ferrets he freed from the store attacked him or something. Only 'cause I dumped a bag of ferret treats on him. I'm smart like that. I know all the angles. I make all the moves, and it was great content. I'm not getting why an internet funny man wants an ancient war mask. It doesn't seem to fit your whole thing. Content is king. Oh no, it's totally my thing. Totally. I'm gonna wear that mask every day. Just you wait and see. It'll be maximum poggers. I got all the money I need to make this happen. And I can honestly say you'll all look like sad little fools by the end of the night. So, what do you think? You step to this, huh? the heck is going on here? This guy sticks out like, I can't even think of a strong enough metaphor. That's how much he sticks out in this crowd. But he's still a variable in my scheme. I need to decide how to handle him. The only move left in my playbook is swindling someone's money to power my bid. So, that's what we'll do. Just got 25 gift subs, and you've got sponsors, and you drive expensive sports cars. Haster electric supercars. Oh, Haster again. So that's, King in Yellow again. Built Haster Tough. Use code CLOUD20 for 20% financing on your first supercar. Yeah. Yeah, I'm thinking you're rolling in money. Good. A light meow in my ear distracts me. Gibson wanting a chat. Good luck in the auction tonight, Cloud. See you then. Fancy feast, you copy. Okay, so good news, bad news situation. Oh god, he's gonna be skint, isn't he? I've made all the wrong decisions. Have you seen the yellow dipshit? Yeah, we finished that story in our second ending. So if you want major spoilers, I can tell you what happened. Good news is I dropped a sub to his channel and used it to trace back to his online payment system and trace that to his bank account. Emily, are spoilers okay with you as well? I just want to double check before I start explaining. Which I very, very easily hacked. His password is the same as his promo code, Cloud20. Okay, so the King in Yellow, the guy who runs, like, everything, who is, like, the guy who runs Capebook and Crimer and, like, pits people against each other so he can, like, profit off both of them. That's our dad. So back in the day, 10 years ago, when we were doing the heist that got us injected into Penny, and both of our parents died, quote-unquote, that was actually him betraying us and leaving us both to die so that he could work with Continuum. So we watched our mum get vaporized in front of us, and he was just away laughing the whole time. So we were like, you know what, fuck that, we're gonna go stab him in the face. So, yeah, we did go see him. So he's a dickhead. Yeah, for sure. We went to see him, and turns out, like, Matchmaker and all the other Matchmaker people that we've seen, I jokingly called it that it's not the same person, just in different outfits. They're all clones, and they're all our sister, technically. So we got them on side, and took over his, like, criminal empire, trying to make the world a better place. I talked her out of killing him eventually, and we just kind of took everything from him and left him in the gutter, because I thought that would be more... well, better for Penny, because I didn't want Penny to cross that line when Air has such strong moral codes in that regard, and also I just thought, death is too easy for that guy, right? Let's take away everything that he really cares about. So, yeah, that was a fun one. Okay, this is where we find out he doesn't have any money, isn't it? Oh, God. Have I done everything wrong this caper? Yes. Sweet, so we're good to go. The account was almost empty. He's broke. What? But he's raking in sponsorship money. He has a fancy car. He's a gig hustler, just like you. And apparently his stream was recently marked as advertiser unfriendly by the algorithm. I'm betting the car was donated by his sponsor so he could post photos of it. And at some point, he's gonna have to give it back. He's faking his status and wealth to keep the image going, which means, there's nothing to swindle. Sorry. One thing that always makes me feel better is putting on my favorite pair of socks. They're a pair of grey Monero wool hiking socks, just the right amount of compression and nice and warm. Oh my gosh, yes. I used to have such good hiking socks. They were my mum's, but they like shrunk a little bit too much in the wash, and I have really small feet, so she gave them to me, and they were just perfection until I wore them to threads. So I feel that. Well, shit. Need a backup plan for the money. What do you got? Well, nothing good. Nothing that'll stand to scrutiny. We don't need anything that'll hold up. Just something that will hold up long enough for me to get out the door with the mask. Okay, let's see. I've got logins and passwords for a bunch of different marks. How about we leech money from a company that runs a religious re-education facility for troubled teenagers? Oh, definitely. I am so much happier about robbing these people than Cloud. Yes. They'll figure it out within minutes, so it's risky, but that's certainly a target worth hassling. For sure. Hell yeah, make it happen. It's not as useful as robbing one of the auction participants. Our competition's going to be tougher as a result. But it'll do. Sometimes when you're heisting, you go with what'll do. Yeah, they were the ones Danielle was going to be sent to. Ugh. Yeah, let's fuck those guys then. It's almost auction time. I haven't wrangled a clean sweep, but I think I've gained enough advantage to press forward. Couldn't swindle any of them, but Gibson got us some fake money. As long as I work fast, it won't evaporate before we're done. A chime sounds through the atrium, summoning the bidders to their places. I settle somewhere in the back of the house, not seeking the spotlight. And lie in wait, like a predator. Because there's like an hour of various other auctions to go before they reach the mask. Watching rich people throw money at each other like throwing knives proves to be quite boring. No wait, better metaphor. Rich people pissing on each other. Yeah, that feels better. Because that's all this is, just a big ol' piss party. Yeah, this girl. This is our sister. Or one of our many sisters. And she has to work for the King in Yellow. Because she has no choice. Because he will just kill and replace her if she disobeys. Same with any of the other ones. Until we fix that situation, of course. Most rich people are degens anyway. I'm pretty sure they're into piss. That is true, yes. Esteemed friends, we come to the final auction of the night. The face of the Wolf Mother. Bidding will open at $1 million. I'm just gonna say this, you've seen her somewhere before. Nope, don't think I have. I'd recognize that tacky white suit anywhere. An opening bid of 1 million, huh? I did a quick count, and I've got 10 million in stolen cash available to me. It'll evaporate like fairy gold soon after, but it'll look valid for a time. That's my bidding limit, 10 mil. Can't go over that, or I risk even more scrutiny of my accounts for legitimacy. I bet Matchmaker gives good hep pats. Heck yeah. Well, I love that in the King in Yellow ending, we get to just rule over our criminal empire with all of our sisters, like, as equals. I love that. And finally, it's time. I'm in it for the headbutts, let me be honest. We all are. It's go time! So fucking hype. You ready for this? I'm ready for this. Can you step? I'll step in when I step in. No sooner. $20 million! Clout, you do not have $20 million. No, higher! We go higher! $20 billion! That really fucked my voice. $20 billion! There we go. I have this thing sometimes where my throat just kind of closes on its own. It's really fun when I'm sleeping and I wake up and my throat's like, no, I don't want to breathe anymore. That's what happened there. I apologize. The voice probably didn't help though. Apologies for the coughing and choking. I thought you were mega rich, Basler. You can't match my cash flow with your crypto, huh? No, because I'm not matching an imaginary bid. Well, too bad, because you got pranked. Just don't do any dying and we're good. I will try my best. I make no promises. Clout does a little dance as the drone blasts some air horns at us. All you rich weenies got pranked and I'm cool and you're not. Yeah, I did it. And Clout is out. Okay, bye. I mean, I should have seen that coming. I was suspicious he would have the money. I mean, I thought he'd have some money. Nope. Judging from the confused looks across the room, nobody's exactly sure how that was a prank. I wish to break his kneecaps. But his audience will eat it with a spoon and throw more gift subs at him, so hey, get paid, my dude. The bidding resets to $1 million with our apologies. I believe that's my cue. I raise my bidding paddle confidently. $1 million sounds good to me. I'll take that action. Oh, we're not actually opening at 1. That's pocket change. I'm raising us to 3. $3 million is the bid. Damn it. Competing against Basler is gonna push me right up against my 10 million limit. How do we handle this? Have I made all the worst decisions for this fucking caper? Oh my god. This isn't a money fight, it's all about public image. Reveal to everyone his plans for the mask. Yeah, that could work. Let's try that. I bid 1 million. I already bid 3. You have to raise me. No, I don't think I will. In fact, I think you're gonna withdraw. And I do that because earlier tonight Basler told me he intends to use the mask to support terrorism. What? That's your end goal, right? Resell the mask to white nationalist militia movement? And here I thought crypto was apolitical. Unless you're not proud to admit that. Is there a reason you wouldn't want everyone in the room to know you're a racist? I am not a racist. If 10 people sit down at a dinner table with a racist and say nothing, you now have 11 racists. Hey, I don't make the rules. Every eye in the room turns to Basler, waiting for his response. Let's not kid ourselves. Most of these wealthy shitlords would do the same. But all of them, even Basler, know not to do it openly. If he doesn't back down right here and now, his reputation will be smeared. And that's a currency he won't spend. I am not a racist. And I withdraw from bidding. Very well. Under the unusual circumstances, I will allow the competing bid of 1 million to be our new baseline. Going once? Going twice? And sold to Mix Kidding. Yeah, good boy. Off you go. Bye-bye. Kind of a wonky auction, but the audience applauds politely all the same. Always be polite to stay within the good graces of polite society. That was our last item of the evening. Thank you so much for your time and money. Auction winners may now claim their items from security. Okay, let's grab the goods and get out of here. Gibson's stolen cash is gonna get zeroed out any minute now. I gotta work fast. As patrons start to do some last-minute social mingling, I work my way up to the front of the room. Hey, so you got the mask right there. I won the mask. Can I just sort of have it? Rather than wait for security to process everything? That's not quite how it works. We need to verify the transaction, and make arrangements, and money's already wired to the auction house. We're good. Go ahead and confirm, and I'll just take that off your hands. Come on, I gotta get moving. Curious, she consults her phone. And 2 text messages later, she has her answer. Everything does seem to be in order. This is highly unusual, but nothing about this auction has been usual, so... And she passes the mask off to me. Score! Now to get the hell out of here. Which is right when the power goes out, plunging the room into darkness. Oh, for fuck's sake. Alarmed murmuring comes from what remains of the gathered crowd, which distracts me enough that I almost miss the hulking shadow creeping up on me. Hey! I wrench the mask back, using a bit of that nimble thief dexterity to wriggle free, and find myself facing a very pissed-off costumed individual. Huh. I remember you, I think. Wow, okay, that is a very sharp-looking blade. Hello, mummy. Thief? Question mark? Oh, it's her granddaughter. Okay. Uppies, please. My grandmother's blade. And you hold my grandmother's face in your hands. I am the 3rd wolf mother, and that mask is mine by birthright. Surrender the mask or surrender your life. What's so funny, American swine? Seems you just saved my boss a lot of unnecessary shipping fees. You know, sometimes the universe just hands you the W. It's a nice change of pace when that happens. And then, sometimes the universe takes the W away and hands you a shiny L. Because that's when muscle memory steps in. Wolf Mother whirls around to face him, but from behind me, holding her blade to my neck. Whoa, easy now. Really? You're confronting the most powerful psychic in the world and your plan is to take a hostage? Sorry, I totally changed his voice there. I don't know why I did that. I could turn your brains to oatmeal before your neurons even try to act on that threat. Then I die for the people of Struskov, as did my mother and grandmother before me. Whoa, everybody just calm the fuck down. Nobody's killing anybody today, okay? Good point. I can keep her alive while reducing her higher brain functions. Putty. Have fun being comatose until your trial. No. Gotta act fast. Pretend you're from Struskov 2 and you were buying it on behalf of the state. Came here to buy the mask and give it to Wolf Mother's heirs. That's actually true. Let muscle memory scan you and confirm it. I'll take care of this. Option 3? Okay. What? Take care of it how? You're a voice in my head. Can't do anything except put thoughts in my head. I mean, I was curious to see what that meant. which can be read by muscle memory. Okay, I'll trust you. Hey, muscle boy, what number am I thinking of right now?
Huh? That's easy. You're thinking of...
And through Penny, you give muscle memory a brief glimpse of his world from your perspective. There are things you don't tell Penny, she wouldn't understand, or worse, might lose herself completely in trying to understand. From where you stand, it's all simple and easy to follow, but from where they stand, that knowledge represents annihilation. And in that flashbulb ignition of horrible understanding, muscle memory is made aware of exactly where he sits within the Gigaverse.
It's not... I'm not... Nothing is... It can't. I can't. What? It's not... Nothing is...
And the dude wanders off, holding his head, looking like someone just pulled the rug out from under his existence. Confused, the rest of the security force leaves us be, tending to the dazed hero. What the fuck did you do to him? I felt like you were thinking at him through me. He'll recover and forget in a few days, don't worry. Okay. Not gonna ask for clarification on that one. With the conflict ended, the third wolf mother lowers her blade, stepping around to face me properly. Is it true? You wish to return my grandmother's face willingly? Neurodivergent people are immune to psychic attacks. As soon as they enter an ND brain, they get massively overwhelmed and have an aneurysm. Exactly. My boss was always planning to give it to you, yes. You just saved me a few steps. Here you go. I press the mask into her hands. She's still a little perplexed, but not gonna spit in the face of good fortune. Thank you. You don't know what this means to me. I'm grieving for my own family while trying to carry on their legacy, so trust me. I know. And quickly we go our separate ways, because my fairy gold is about to evaporate and her clandestine route home is likely as risky. Doesn't really matter who sees us as masks, we're both doing our best to honor the ones that came before us regardless. Oh my god, they're so happy!
Such synchronicity that the new wolf mother would arrive just in time to regain her ancestral mask. I could not have predicted that variable. I find amusement in the way these elements have aligned within the matrix of possibility.
Hey, I'm happy you're happy.
I am not happy. I am marginally less hateful of the outcome. But you have done well, and are to be commended. Your talent at social deception is quite impressive.
It was not. That was a clusterfuck. I did everything wrong. Yeah, I'm awesome like that. I got the gift for the grift.
And now, with the mask returned, the equation is solved, and I no longer need the lingering unknown in my databanks.
I don't know why I keep putting an R in random words.
But there are many other wrongs from that era of my operation. Incomplete variables. Lives lost and wasted during a century of needless war. Perhaps in time, you and I can redress them, and I can clear the troubling data that has accrued.
You know I've got your back, 4K. Whatever you need.
Splendid. Your performance today has met system requirements. Now dispensing praise. I did not completely hate you today. Please understand the extreme difficulty I face in dispensing of praise. It is difficult for me to parse emotionally.
It's cool. I get that you've got issues. I'm thankful for your version of liking me.
Yes, I
do not actively dislike you. I am filled with burning hatred for all persons and all things, but for you, less so. I am transmitting your payout through the Crimer app now. This should complete today's business. I take out my phone to confirm the transaction. Total payday, minus service fee, convenience fee, overhead costs, finder's fee, service charge, yada yada. What the hell? That's all I earned after all my hard work? Crimer took nearly 85%. Hey, I did a pretty damn good job on that caper. Why aren't you giving me more than that? Crimer's fees are excessive on my end as well. They take and give little in return. I hate them intensely. But they also monopolize the gig economy for masks, so we must utilize their greedy systems. Perhaps if we continue working together, I can arrange additional secret side payments and benefits for you. Cut them out of the loop. I like it. Should I require you for future tasks which require a pile of talking meat with opposable thumbs, would you be amicable? YN. Working for the megalomaniacal hell computer wasn't really all that bad, to be honest. What do you think? Curious machine and seem to like you in their own way. Go ahead. They're still dangerous. Homicidal Silicon Warlord. That's not. They've got a lot of pain in their heart. Maybe love can get through to them if you feel it too. Can't believe I'm saying this, but I wonder if casual sex with a computer can be a thing. Now let's go with this one. Yeah, it's hard to reach under the layers of emotional baggage they've been programmed with, but I think there's something there. I think you've got the potential to be more than a box of silicon that hates everything, and I'd like to help you find it. No, get the blushies, it's happening! If you're okay with me being a little, well, mushy and emotional sometimes, I really want to spend more time with you. You voluntarily wish to engage with me on an emotional level. I had calculated this to be impossible. There's more possibilities in this world than your chips can calculate, I feel. Horatio. Yeah. Very well. Should you wish to pursue this relationship further, I would not hate that. Aww. It's a start, and I think it's the start of something great. I'd call that a successful little evening of capers and chaos. Maybe Hate 4000 hates everything, but me? I'm not hating the prospect of what comes next.
We did it!
Only 3 stars, but I mean, considering how much we fucked up in that one, I think 3 stars is pretty good. Okay. Yes, let's survey. Alright. I think I'm gonna call it a day there. I didn't sleep very well. My body is a bit angry. So let's... Oh, poor Gibson. Let's, switch to end screen and see who's online for a raid. Let's go right over to Bird Tickler, I think. If it'll let me? Yeah, cool. I noticed a lot more people now are blocking raids, so... Anyway, thanks as always for hanging out. It's been super fun. I can't wait to see what's next. Have a great rest of your time zone, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!